Hi, you guys. Hello.
Very, very simple first question, Julianne. How does it feel?
I'm fantastic and completely surprising. And I felt like my pitch kept going up because I was so nervous during my speech. I was like talking like this. Yeah.
Did you have a speech prepared? Or
Not really. I mean, I did want to mention my mother and my grandmother and my great aunts because they're all from Scotland. So that was important to me. I knew. Yeah.
And this film and this performance is an incredible one, an extraordinary one, and the story of the film is incredible as well because of the director's personal relation.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's interesting. I mean, Wash Westmoreland and Richard Glatzer have been together for 20 years as professional partners and personal partners. And when we were working on this movie, shortly before I met them, actually, he was diagnosed with ALS. So by the time we shot, he'd pretty much lost function in the upper half of his body. He was communicating on an iPad. So they essentially were making a movie about what they were facing, which is, a huge change in your life and an imminent loss of it. So, I mean, in a sense, we all know that's going to happen. But for them, I think it brought a sense of urgency to the movie, but also a real celebration of who we love and what we want to do. Because when Richard was diagnosed, they talked about it, and he said what he wanted to do was make movies because that was valuable to him.
Did it bring with it a sense of responsibility, extra responsibility for you, really?
I think so, definitely. I said, we were doing something that was something a lot of people are dealing with. It's very true. And they were living in a circumstance that was evident. And so I think we all wanted to do the subject matter justice. And the great thing has been the response from the Alzheimer's community who have said, that they feel seen and represented. It's pretty fantastic, I have to say, and really unexpected. I mean, I think at the end of the day, the work is always its own reward because that's why we do it. But for people to bother, for your peers to bother to write your name down or tick a box, for them to go out of their way to do that, it's really pretty extraordinary. Well, I'll say, when I came here, I went to the Curzon the other day. We had a screening there, and I went into the lobby and I met these three individuals, Wendy and Gillian and Christopher, all of who are dealing with early onset Alzheimer's disease. And they all were so articulate and eloquent about what their experience has been and so enthusiastic about the film. And it was great. I mean, it was so great to talk to people one-on-one and just say, have them say, yes, that happened to me, or I understand that. And oh, great to finally see it in a movie because I think there's a great deal, I think people feel marginalized and ashamed and isolated and not seen. There's so much that's not known about Alzheimer's. So it's nice to, I'm an actor, films are entertainments, but it's also nice to it's also a place where we value who we are and what we love in our life. You know what? I haven't been to the Baftas often enough to tell you, what it was. Is it really? I think it's great. I love sharing this with Eddie Redmayne, who, I worked with years ago in Savage Grace. He was somebody who came in and he's kind of spoken about me fighting for him, and I'm like, I was doing myself a favor, not you. He came in and he was the best one. So it's wonderful to see him acknowledged in this way. It's a great night. I mean, the thing that's interesting about recognizing talent, when you see talent in someone, you just kind of know that it's there. I mean, I look at Eddie and I'm not surprised at the trajectory of his career. I look at Kristen Stewart and I'm not surprised. My husband cast her in a movie when she was 12 years old, and it was pretty evident. He would come home and say, like, this girl's going to be a star. She's amazing, and she is. So it's funny how you see that. So you kind of sometimes as if actors are almost like fully born. You're like, oh yeah, and that's the way Eddie was.